Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell in the subject header, this video is about EF college break, EF ultimate break, basically group travel. So basically, I'm tired of saying basically already. So if you've heard of EF ultimate break, it used to be known as EF college break. So if you hear me say EF college break, I mean EF Ultimate Break. They just recently, I think they changed their name like a year, 2 years ago. So it's relatively new. So that lets you know when I took a tour with them, it was known as EF College Break. You know, for short, I'm just going to say EF. Basically, same company, just new name. Okay. So let's just dive right into it. I took a tour with EF Ultimate Break. You know what? EF. I took a tour with EF in 2016 for my birthday. So I took this tour because I wanted something new. I didn't want to buy anything. I didn't want to have a party. I just wanted to travel. I wanted to do something. So this was my second time leaving the country. My first time leaving the country, I was a senior in college. So why did I choose EF? I chose EF because out of all of the group tours, this was the one company that included airfare with your trip. So a lot of these travel companies, they'll include like ground transportation, and they'll include your lodging and maybe breakfast, maybe depending. And that wasn't feasible for me at the time. Like I just couldn't afford to book for a trip, and then I have to book for my airfare and make sure I have a connected flight and make sure, or if it's a direct flight or whatever. I just didn't want to deal with it. So that's why I chose EF. EF includes your travel. Well, they include your round trip international airfare. So for me, I flew out of Chicago O'Hare, and then I flew into Europe. In this trip in particular, I took a trip to Spain. And actually, I found my old travel itinerary. I don't know how I had this, but it was with like all my tax information, and I do not know why I had travel information with my tax stuff, but luckily I have it for this video for today. So I wonder if you guys can see this. It's all beat up and wrinkled, if you can see it. But it was a 12, was it 12 day? I think it was like, no, it wasn't 12. I think it was like a 10-day trip. It was 10 or 11 days. I don't feel like counting. I know it's right in front of me. I don't feel like doing it. But I know it's like 10 or 11. Okay, it wasn't no more than 12 days. Or whatever. So, it was the Grand Tour of Spain. And it was 35 of us. And off the back, it was a great experience. I do not regret it at all. If you want to travel and you don't have anyone to travel with, or you want to do like a solo thing, but you don't really want to be solo, then do group travel. And I do recommend EF College Break. But before I get into the fun stuff, let's get into the nitty gritty. And I actually made a list because this is like my third time recording this video. So please bear with me. So why did I book with EF College Break? EF. Why did I book with EF? Because I wanted to go back to Europe. I just wasn't sure how I was going to go back to Europe. I mean, I knew I could do it on my own, but I just wasn't comfortable. And it's been a couple years since I was in Europe so I wanted to go back. I just didn't know how, and I felt like this was the best way for me to go back to Europe. The cost. So every tour with EF has a different cost. The cost for the trip to the Grand, I think it was called, what was it called? The Grand Tour of Spain. I think they changed the name of this tour now. I'll link this tour in my bio if you guys are interested. I'm sure they have like different excursions and everything, but I'll just link the trip in the description box. But every tour has a different cost, but the standard down deposit you have to put down is $150. So that is optional. You can put down the standard, or you can elect to put down more money, so your overall cost will be less expensive. So I put down $150, and then I chose to make monthly payments. You can choose to make bi-weekly payments, or you can choose to make monthly payments. I chose monthly because just one and done. I just didn't want to do it. But to each his own. And then like some months I would put a little bit more down just to hurry up and get it over with, because after a while I'm like, I'm so tired of paying for Spain. I'm so tired of paying for Spain. Like, I was annoyed with Spain. I'm like, oh my God, let me just get to Spain because I'm so tired of paying for this right now. And then I do want to point out that they have awesome customer service. There were times where I had to like switch my payment dates around just to make stuff work. And they allowed me to do that. Like, they were awesome. They were so helpful with this process. Like, they had good customer service. Like, I love customer service. Like, if you provide me excellent customer service, then I will come back. But yeah, anyway, yeah. I chose EF because it was more bang for my buck for me. Like, you get your airfare, you get your ground transportation, you get your lodging, and then some of the hostels that we stayed in, I think, if not all, because I think we stayed at mainly hostels, one hotel, and then one bed and breakfast. Yeah. So, and the hostels provided us with breakfast. I guess the bed and breakfast did too, but I didn't have breakfast with them because I don't know what I was doing, but I know I didn't have breakfast at the bed and breakfast place. And all of the places that we stayed at were beautiful. I'll definitely link the hostels in the description box below if you're interested. I recommend these hostels to this day. And I know some people may be thinking, oh, Hostel, like the movie. No, it's not like the movie. Like, I've stayed in some really nice hostels. And then when I was in London, I had my own apartment. Well, I had my own flat. So I never had like a bad experience. And the lodging was great. I had no problems with the airfare. The ground transportation was cool because like you stay in a different city for like 2 to 3 days. You moving around. So I will say the only complaint I do have with EF was I was tired. Like, we are constantly on the go. Like, in the daytime, we're doing excursions and we're doing just walks of the city, and then we're doing our own free stuff. And it might be like a random excursion that night if you want to go. And then it's nighttime, so we all trying to go out, have a good time. Which brings me to the nighttime in Spain. I need to go back to Spain because it was so lit in Spain. Like, at night, I think the clubs didn't start to 2 a.m. Like, 2 a.m. Who's going out at 2 a.m.? Like, no, like, you're going out at 2 a.m. And then, like, people will be going out on weeknights. Like, my birthday was, like, on a weekday. I don't remember. Wait. Hold on. It's on here. Wait. My birthday was on a Monday. Hold on. September 19th. That was my birthday. I'm going to insert, I don't know if I had the video, but I'll insert a picture from my birthday.
I can't even I can't see people cry.
I started like 10 o'clock, and we changed and we went out. And we had shots, we had drinks. I was dancing with locals, trying to get my little salsa going on. Like, it be lit. Like, 2 a.m. The club starts at 2 a.m. And then, oh my It was lit. And then it was one club in particular that we went to, and I think it was called Otto Orries. Hold on, I forgot the name of that club, but I know I have it on my Instagram, and I will put that in the link below because I took a picture there, so that's how I know where I was at. It was like Otto Oro. Wait. Otto Zutz. That was the name of the club. So this club was this in Madrid? This club in particular, the only reason I'm talking about it because they had 3 different levels, and it was like traditional Spanish music, it was like pop music, then it was hip hop on one level. So I tried all 3 floors. I liked the Spanish, that was cool. I liked the pop, and I really liked the hip hop. I'm like, dang, y'all listen to this? Like, it was a good time. Like, it was a good time. If you're going to Europe and you're worried about the music and the culture, if you're gonna see people that look like you will. You will, and you're gonna hear the music, you're gonna hear everything you want. Like, it just you just have to know where to go. And like certain nights are hip hop nights or whatever. The drinks were great. I don't think anything was too expensive either. Like, I had money left over from my trip. Yeah, so fun. Like, I cannot stress this enough. If you want to travel but you are afraid of going alone, or you don't have anyone to go with, but you really want to travel, I strongly suggest doing a group trip, a group tour, because you belong to a group. However, you can still venture out and do your own thing. Which brings me to my next discussion. When you book these tours, specifically with EF, do you meet the people once you arrive at the airport? Like, how does that work? So, once you book your tour, I think 30 days before your departure, EF makes a Facebook group for everyone that will be on that specific tour with you. And then that's when you get to know who's flying out where, and you really get to know your group. And that's how a lot of friendships were formed with that. Like, I knew 3 girls that were really, really cool. And I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to be kicking it with them. And that's how it worked. Once we got to the airport, everyone knew who was who, and we was like, okay, it's time to turn up. Let's get lit. We about to have a good time. I ain't gonna tell everything. It was lit. What else should I say? We discussed airfare, lodging. The party scene was lit. The food in Spain. Well, I'm not gonna say Spain as a whole. I didn't like the food in Barcelona, but I love the food in Madrid. The food in Sevilla was good because it's technically, well, in English it looks like Seville, but in Spanish it's Sevilla, and like Barcelona is Barcelona in English, but over there is Barcelona. Yeah. Yeah. The food was pretty decent once I got out of Barcelona, but that was just my opinion. I personally believe that I just didn't go to the right places. But I will say we went to like a market. I forgot the name of the market, but they had like fresh fruit juice, whatever fruit you want, and it was a fresh juice every morning for €1. Man, do I miss that. Like, if I can go to a market and get fresh squeezed juice, whatever fruit that I want for $1. Well, €1 over there, $1 here. Oh my god, I do miss that. Like, I'll definitely go back to Barcelona because I don't think that I had the best food there, so I was very disappointed with that. But I love the city. Like, Barcelona is so beautiful. I just say, if you want to travel but you're afraid and you really want to go somewhere, do a group trip, and then after a group trip, you should be able to go solo, or maybe you might meet friends from your trip, and then you guys can start going on trips together. EF was a great experience. It was not a scam. I didn't have any problems with my luggage. I didn't have any problems with my lodging. I didn't have any problems with my belongings. Like, nothing was stolen from me. I didn't feel out of place because I am black. I never felt out of place in Spain. Well, And I've heard that Spain can be very racist, and that's why I was kind of worried about that when I went. Use your common sense. If you want to go, just go, because after a while you won't be able to do it. So you might as well do this stuff while you're young and have a good time, because with EF you can only go from the ages 18 to 29. So I need to hurry up and get on at least 2 more EF trips. 2 more. And I promise you guys, this video is not sponsored by EF. No, I wish, if you want to, EF, hi, you can. But no, it is not sponsored by EF. I paid for my trip 100% by myself. That is it for this video. If you guys have any questions, anything specifically that I didn't answer, just put it in the comment section below. Yeah, just like, thumbs up this video, like, comment, subscribe, come back to my channel. If you watch this whole video, then subscribe to my channel. I will give more travel insight, because I've been a lot of places. So I will just be doing more videos like this. Just like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You know, I don't see the reason why not to like, comment, and subscribe to my video. I'm just saying. Just like, comment, and subscribe. And you won't be disappointed. Like, I just can't say this enough. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I got plenty more stories to tell, and I got some stories that I'm afraid to tell, but I should tell, because they're funny stories, but it's embarrassing stories. But that's the beauty of it. So like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and stop playing. Once again, like, comment, and subscribe to my video, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Look at me. Look at me.
Hey, let's do it.
Yo!
Oh!
I wanted to see this.
Oh!
Wow.